Dry skin, yeah. I was getting a whole bunch of strange symptoms, and I think somebody else said it to me too about perimenopause. And I went to Elaine and had a bunch of tests done. But she said I was definitely not that I'm aware of, yeah.
Well, there's snapshot tests, like the blood tests are just snapshots, and so it's very hard to tell.
Yeah.
It's from a blood test very hard to tell. It's usually just a series of symptoms that cluster together that we assume then to be this, because there's no test.
And that's interesting to know, because I've got heaps of crap happening at the moment that I'm just...
Headaches.
Oh yeah, super bad headaches. Literally only a couple of days ago I said to Merv, I said I feel like a migraine's coming on, like. But
maybe cut this out of your video later, but do your headaches change with what phase of the month you're in? Like, do you get
good
lead
point,
up of
because
headaches?
I've been keeping an eye on the calendar because of the symptoms I get. I don't cut anything out of my videos, so I either put them up as they are or I don't put them up. But I tell everyone anything anyway. There's no reason I don't. So I originally wanted Merv to film his so that I could view it, right? Not for anybody else, but so that I could see. And in the end, I realized that wasn't going to work because it would just change how we did it. Right?
Yes.
I am freaking happy and proud of him though that he's seeing someone. But so Elaine did all these tests, right? I had to have a CT scan with the ink, whatever it is, contrasting stuff, right? Honest to God, I think it's probably one of what I feel like is the most embarrassing, shameful things ever. Because I've been having major issues with bloating, right? And I had gone to see a gynecologist, and I said to him, I've never seen a gynecologist before. And then I explained to him how over 20 years ago, or maybe just under very beginning of my early 20s, I was diagnosed with severe endometriosis, right? So they put me in for surgery, and then it was...
Lasers.
Yeah, but the weirdest part was that after the surgery, they told me I didn't have it, right? It was like the most trippy thing, right? Because I had these top 2 specialists telling me I 100% did have it, and I had it super badly that they rushed me into surgery. And then they couldn't find anything, right? So when I saw the gynecologist recently, I explained all of that to him, and he said there is a chance. I'm good, but I know you get cold.
Okay.
That's why I brought this thing. So I explained to him what happened, and he had said there is every chance it was missed or not big enough to be seen. He said it doesn't necessarily mean you don't have it. And I was like, I'm just telling you what I got told, right? What I've been through. And the simple fact is that I suffer from these strange symptoms. But one of them is during my cycle that I bloat to the point where I look 6 months pregnant. Like, to the point people have asked me how far along I am, right?
Awkward.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I explained all this to Elaine, and she said because of the meds I take and the had been underweight and all the other stuff, there was a chance that my bowels were blocked, right? And that they were literally full, right?
Yeah.
So she sent me off to get these tests done, had them done, came back, she was right, yeah? And she was like, you are literally full, right? And so I've been on Movicol because laxatives weren't making any difference, right?
Yeah.
And I said to her,
regularly for weeks.
I said to her, look, I have spent more time than anyone would like to spend researching poo. Basically.
Yeah.
And because I was suffering, Like it was rock hard, like
Mm-hmm.
balls. And they started off like the size of golf balls, like painful, right? So that's when I'd been taking the Sienna stuff, and that's when Elaine was like, no, you need to go on Mobicool.
Yeah.
So I started doing that. It was working. Then it almost went to the other degree. And she was like, I'm concerned what might happen is the bulk of it is still there and it's going around the sides or something. Yeah, that's what she called it.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I'm explaining all of this is because I've always been more bloated at certain times of the month,
yeah,
and then gone back to relatively flat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I always believed it was due to hormones and other stuff, right? Like, I'm not saying I have endometriosis. All I have said is this is what I went through in my early 20s.
Yeah.
This is what I've explained to the gynecologist,
This is
what he said, and this is where we're at, right? But this level of where I'm at hasn't changed in at least a few weeks now. And it's, so this is where I'm at, right? I get really angry and pissed off when people tell me I'm anorexic because I know for a fact I am not. I eat more food than anyone I know, including Ruth, right? But I do care how I look. I care a lot, right? And that's not a bad thing, right? But I've become, the only way to say it is basically disgusted within myself. It's a mind thing, I know this, but being told that I am literally full of shit, because it's the only way you put it, right? That made Merv and Elaine laugh when I said it. But like, I know it's a medical thing,
but it's crappy.
but it's fucking with me mentally, big time. How I'm looking is fucking with me. And so I stood on the scales this morning and then really
got off the scales.
Yeah, got off them pretty fucking smart, because I had agreed that I'd get to 55 so that everybody was happy, right? I was terrified.
Everybody being who? You and Elaine.
Not me.
Like meet in the middle.
Elaine. I tried to renegotiate to get her to agree to 52, and she's like, it's not happening, we agreed to 55, right?
Not quite tall, it's the truth.
So anyway, what I was fucking nervous about happening has happened. Right? Because I was doing whatever I did to gain the weight, right? Because I was 47 when this thing started, yeah? She wanted me to get to 55, and it was only increasing very slowly, right? Not any understanding for me, because like I said, I eat a lot of fucking food, right? But I was really paranoid that the way I was eating to gain the weight would fuck me over, and that I would gain more weight than I wanted, and then I would end up in a situation like I did in Queensland, weighing far more than I'm okay with. And it's not even so much the weight or the numbers or whatever the fuck it is. I can't look in the mirror and be happy. I look in the mirror, or I look at myself, or if I'm looking down, it makes me want to cry, because I look like I'm fucking 4 to 5 months pregnant, and I'm weighing in at like 59.5, 60 kilos. That is not a weight I'm okay with. And I know what other people might say, but
what?
Elaine will be over the fucking moon, right? Because the last time we saw her, I got on the scales and it was, I think, 54.5, so like half a kilo to the goal, and she was over the moon happy.
But where are you at with your bowels though? Because when that does fluctuate pretty dramatically.
I'm praying that's what it is, because
well, it's gotta be, because you didn't magically change your appetite. You didn't magically change anything about it, and your body hasn't magically changed. So it's and we know this is something that happens. We know that it changes with your menstrual cycles. We know that these are things to look out for, and we know that of an age it gets to a point where those things are to be expected, and you are going to get changes with bloating being one of the primary symptoms of perimenopause. I don't want to chalk it all up to that, because any changes in bowels,
if it's perimenopause, that's
great,
fine. That means
any changes in bowels, though, you need to tell your doctor. But
I am.
But at the same time, okay, if that's it gives some context to where your body is at. Your body is like a bit mad and tired, it's raged, and so it's like.
Well, up until this morning, pretty much, I've been telling myself that the reason it is the way it is because it is literally backed up. Elaine said, obviously, she has all the results sent to her, but all the pictures and everything.
Yeah.
She's like, it is literally full. It's like a rock, one big
months.
Giant rock.
It takes a long time for that to change.
Yeah, and it has to weigh something. It has to be causing issues.
I can guarantee it does.
And Elaine said it's
Movicol, there's Osmolex.
Well, she's got me on Movicol.
Osmolex just has less salt. Depends on your doctor's recommendations.
Yeah, she reckoned Movicol, and I'm good with that.
But we're talking doing this every day for a month. We're not talking about having it go, have it once on a Saturday and you're done.
I know. But I have to be careful with it, right? Because I thought, all right, I'll start taking it 3 times a day, for example, right? Because you can take it up to 8 or 9 days, 8 or 9 times a day, according to the box.
You like 1.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because I go in the other direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I had 3 a day for, say, 2 days, and then I could not leave the caravan at all. Couldn't even fart, let's face it, because it was
never
that
trust it.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's and I keep meaning to, and I said to Murph just this morning, I was like, fuck, I forgot again. I'm meant to be taking it at night with my nightly meds, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it is.
Do they come in a jar, or is it in a little packet?
Oh, they're all little sachets. You just mix with water.
So,
half a cup of water, it's easy.
Okay, so put them in a coffee cup.
Yeah. Well, exactly. That's what I mean.
Or have it at night.
Yeah,
whatever.
that's exactly what I plan to do.
I think team it up with stuff you already do.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I'm going to anchor it to the pills.
1, not 8. 1.
Yeah.
What did Elaine say? 1 or 2?
At least 1.
Okay.
I think 2 at a day is it.
Maybe do 2 for a week and then do 1.
Yeah.
Because it's about maintenance. It's not about and it's not gonna, it's not a laxative. It doesn't do that. It just adds liquid. It uses your intestines. It helps absorb water into your intestines to make things softer and easier. But the reality is, we're talking changes down there, and that's
not fun, but it is
not
what
fun,
it is.
but also to be expected. So exfoliation and fiber. These are things that, I'm sure we used to pick on people about, but it's a thing.
Yeah, I hear you. I had surgery a week and a bit ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Botox put into my bladder, which was...
How'd it go?
Oh, it's the best medicine ever.
Did it hurt? You were asleep?
No, it hurt once I came, in recovery.
Yeah.
They gave me 5 lots of fentanyl.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, my tolerance to medication is so fucking high, nothing works anymore. Yeah,
in recovery? Weird. Okay. Good for them. Indicated, I'm sure.
I was surprised because I was like, I only know that as a bad drug, but
it's not a bad drug. It's
a medication drug.
It's a very appropriate, useful drug, which could be used problematically, but in medical settings is not.
Are you aware of the fact that they think my next thing to be doing is ketamine infusions?
I don't think you've told me, but it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, well, here's the fun part, Nicole. I pay $120 a fortnight already for my insurance, right? Mm-hmm. So my health insurance covers the pain management side of it. Yeah. And I had a specialist who was happy to do it, but only only if I increase my insurance so that it's top gold cover to include full psychiatric care, because she flat out refuses to do the infusion for my pain without Ishan having a bed available ready to go in a psychiatric unit because of these very rare potential side effect of bringing my PTSD blocked memories to the surface.
Okay, well, Ishan
said I don't need it. I've seen him, spoken to him, told him all of it.
He can have a bed available to you that you won't need, so you don't technically need the cover for it. A lot of people will go into psychiatric beds at full fee cost. Fine, it's just he'll do an admission, granted.
She dropped me as a patient.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Burst into tears. Because
your pain person?
My pain specialist.
Why?
Over a Zoom meeting, she dropped me as a patient because I don't have the money to pay for the insurance. And she wouldn't help me without it. So I'm currently without a pain specialist.
But you could have gone, I mean, she told you that you had to be able to go to a psychiatric admission if you needed it afterwards. You had that lined up. That was fine.
No,
but
because
now she wants you to have the private health insurance. Why?
No, because she said, so the clinics they have is Box Hill or Epworth in Geelong, right?
Yeah.
And she said, Epworth Hospital is only a private hospital, which is they're all connected, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, even the simple fact that Ishan is on the other side of the city, because he's just down the street from Elaine, right?
Yeah.
Was a big problem to her, right? She wanted him to have another doctor in the Epworth private hospital take over my care and have a bed available ready to go so that should these side effects happen, right, I can be immediately transferred to the psych unit, right? Now, she has also said to me, even if we did the first infusion and no side effects happened and it went off without a hitch, that doesn't mean that'll continue to be. So once you start getting infusions, right, it's like my bladder. Ketamine infusions are 3 times or 4 times a year, right?
Yeah.
And they just, same as my bladder, it just gets booked in.
Yeah.
So
you go in for 5 days? You do
5 to 7 days. Yeah.
Okay, so sounds, to be honest, like you needed a new pain specialist
well,
anyway. Because...
listen to this then. So Elaine, this pain specialist was the one that my friend Hallie recommended me to. Yeah. What pisses me off no end is Hallie has the same diagnoses as I do, right? She also has the same drink because I recommended Ishan to her, and yet the pain specialist has already given her first one and is booked in regularly for her to go. She has the exact same fucking mental illness diagnoses I do, and she's fine with me talking about it. So obviously people don't know who people are.
Yeah.
But she feels so guilty, and I'm like, it's not your fault. But I don't understand how we have the same complex PTSD syndrome. We both have it. This doctor is literally dropped me as a patient because I don't have the insurance for this, and yet Hallie's insurance hasn't clicked over and won't click over. She had to do a bunch of changes. So technically she's on a lower hospital cover than I've got, has already had her first 7 days, is booked in for she has 3 booked in ready to go.
I'm going to be a little bit provocative. You ready?
Good answer.
I don't think she wants to work with you.
Well, that thought obviously crossed my mind.
I think, the insurance and all that stuff, and if she doesn't think that if she doesn't for whatever reason, it's nothing you've done, it's fit, right? But if when you're walking into the room, your professional rolls their eyes or isn't interested in what you have to say or just downright doesn't like you, then they need to get out of the way.
Yeah,
and
that's basically.
They will think of any kind of whatever
she
the
used
reason
the
is. But
do no harm.
Well,
she goes, I feel like I would be causing you more harm to do it than to not do it. And I just said to her,
but her
I've
recommendation stands that I think that she's saying, I think you need ketamine. She's just saying, I don't want to give it to you.
Yeah, basically. Because I'm too complex, right?
Yeah.
Because PTSD isn't the only thing I've got.
Yeah.
Right?
And so you find someone else because for whatever reason that relationship is cracked.
I wish it was that simple, right? So Elaine then got me to speak to the pain specialist she wanted me to speak to, right? Because I saw her, explained it all to her. She couldn't believe any of it, right?
It's ridiculous.
And especially since Ishan has very clearly said this is unnecessary, right? I don't even want to be getting you a bed in a hospital because it's not necessary.
No, but he would if he had to, and he
Of
always
course.
would if he had to.
But okay, so then Elaine was like, I want you to see such and such. He's amazing. He is who I've wanted you to see. I truly believe this person will help you.
I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get a phone call the following day after the referral goes out. Yeah. Me and River sitting in Vic Roads, changing our stuff over. Thank God, by the way. And they call me, and so I explained to this receptionist, right, the issue I had the first time, because they wanted to charge me nearly $500 for this appointment, and you have to pay 50% of it deposit, which is non-refundable. It's like this massive thing, and it turns out that the specific person Elaine wanted me to see is like the director and not taking on new people. So they had decided on a different person for me after going back and forth and explaining everything, right? Yes. Because I needed to know before paying these hundreds of dollars
amounts of money
if they're gonna do exactly what the last person did, right?
Yeah.
So it was a little bit confusing, but I finally got to the end of it. So she was like, she went away, spoke to them and came back, and she said, the only level of cover that we need you to have is the cover that will cover pain management, right? Yeah. So I've already got that, and I was so happy. I was like, this is fantastic. I've changed my insurance, so I only have a $500 excess, and to make sure that it covers the pain management stuff. She said, we don't need you to have psychiatric care. We don't even need you to have silver. As long as pain management is covered, you're fine. I said, that is the best news ever.
Yeah.
She said, they have told me to tell you, you will be out of pocket, however, for like, how does she put it? She goes, there is an out of pocket cost, $1,842. And I said, what is that for? And she said, that's what the clinic charges you to do it. $1,842 on top of your $500 excess every single time. No way. After being on the phone for over like 20 minutes.
You declined, I'm sure.
100% I had to decline because...
I'm going to ask about a better one.
Do you want me to pause that or does it not matter?
No, I just won't say it until it's done.
Yeah. Well, like, I'm at this, like, so basically I need to find someone who will, A, do it for me, who doesn't need this psychiatric care, who's not going to, like the first pain specialist, there was no fees to the clinic, no fees, nothing out of pocket except the excess. That was it, right? But like I'm with NIB, for example, right? And like I said, I'm currently paying like $120 a fortnight. I live on a disability pension, right? That's a lot of money, yeah? I contacted NIB and I was like, when I look it up, it says you guys have a gold cover. I know you have a gold cover because that's originally what I joined on. I was like, but I can't find any information about it. And it's $310.68 a fortnight with NIB to have gold cover, right? So part of me is like, I don't know, should I looked online at, say, Medibank and what's the other one, Bupa. They were coming in at like 145 plus a fortnight, and that's not including my stupid 14% loading. But I don't know, I'm going back and forth, I'll be honest with you, Nicole, in regards to psychiatric care.
Yeah.
There is like I wanted to talk to you today about a couple of things that I'm not, like actual therapy techniques, I guess.
Okay.
In the sense of I'm not dealing well with grief and loss when it comes to, say, boss. I haven't really talked about or gone through any of it because it was just so much stuff happening. But I am suffering from immense guilt and grief, and like if someone even, like sometimes the memories pop up and I see him, or like if I read something and it takes me there, like I break down. Like I can't talk about him properly because I feel so guilty, right?
He was an extraordinary dog.
Yeah, he was. He was everything to me, and all I keep thinking is, how did I leave him? And as soon as it makes me want to cry, right? Because Jackson Merv's dog, the little one you've met, yeah?
The little white one. Yeah.
He can't even stay at home if Merv goes to the supermarket without crying, right?
Oh.
And it's so bad that I can't have him at home anymore. Merv has to take him every time he goes out because it's causing me, I'm fairly certain I have PTSD in regards to numerous things, right?
That's what complex PTSD is.
Mm-hmm.
So
just trying to talk to you about it.
It's okay.
I'm struggling because every time Merv would go out and Jackson was left, he would become so distraught. And it just immediately makes me, I can't forgive myself for leaving Boss. And I don't understand why I didn't turn around and go home on the day I left my home. When Boss had the seizure, he had a seizure. And then when I was living with Merv, he had another seizure. I thought he was going to die. And yet, I feel like since moving in with Merv, I feel like I've stopped. I don't know how to think anymore. I don't think anymore. It's like my mind has turned to mush. And I don't know what's happening anymore because nothing is going right in the sense of I can't seem to do normal adult things. I can't seem to just...
There are different issues, Liv.
I can't forgive myself for what I did. I just keep thinking...
Boss was a beautiful dog. A beautiful and gigantic, lovable creature.
And I left him alone. In the boiling heat of Queensland, knowing that I can't lift him alone.
Except, Boss was a very different dog from Jackson.
Boss said he had separation anxiety. He didn't used to even eat if I wasn't there. How did I not remember that he wouldn't drink? He fucking, he was my best friend and I left him. I told you I can't talk about it.
He was with someone who you really trust and who he really trusts.
No, he wasn't. He was at home with Jackson being left after by that horrible, evil man that I had no idea. I didn't know. I never would have left him.
So the reality.
He would have been waiting and wanting to know where I was. My God. Abby is developing separation anxiety and she's only fucking 1. I just don't know what to do anymore. I feel like I did the wrong thing adopting her. I feel like I've just made one mistake after another, over and over and over again. I can't do it. And I don't know what's happening and why. Every time something happens that I perceive to be bad, I'm sinking so fast. Just like that, I go just straight down to the worst possible place.
And then usually when you talk about it, things become different. You see the other side. It's like you need guidance to go from taking the negative and seeing that there are good things about it.
Normally, I am the one able to do that.
You've always been the one able to do that. So like that very traditional psychological theory of, the rule of 3. Something bad happens, you think of 3 good things that come of it. I crashed my car, but it helped me to realize what's important, or it means I can have a new car. I mean, probably not. Or it means that I feel like it's prevented me from having a different type of accident. Or at least I walked away from it safely, etc., etc.
I feel like I don't know how to think anymore. I keep making the stupid mistakes.
With Boss, you lost Boss.
I left him alone. He spent the last week of his life alone in the beds. I only got to see him for an hour before he was dying. I miss him.
But instead, we need to think, what a beautiful relationship after all those years that you had together.
It doesn't take away.
It does not take it away.
I just can't stop. I just every time Abby and Jackson, they cry and I just keep thinking about Boss.
Boss was different. Boss was so different.
And I lived it. How do I forgive myself? How do I make this pain stop? I can't. I don't know how.
You have to allow it. Agree. Olivia, I've known you a long time, and I was really lucky I got to know Boss too sometimes. And the truth is, you wouldn't have left if you thought it was the last time.
Of course not.
So we don't go into those.
Of course not.
We don't go into these situations thinking it's the last time.
He just had surgery. He was so good. He was like.
You took the advice of the best doctors, and the vet was telling you everything was okay.
I thought everything.
And so I'm gonna be really provocative. I'm gonna be really pushy here. This is not a psychological technique. Okay? Olivia, maybe Boss knew something was going to happen, and he took an opportunity while you weren't there to go.
That's exactly what Merv said.
He couldn't have left you.
Because what actually happened would have been way worse. Like, the 2 seizures that I witnessed terrified me, but the
And
one
so-
that caused all of this,
Boss might have been trying to protect you in his own way.
that's exactly what I believe. So if I believe that, why do I keep breaking?
Because you love him, and it's hard to say goodbye to something that you love. Because we have to find a way in the silence to sit here because we're left behind.
Jessica, ever since Jackson does what he does, and I can't, I have to tell Ruby has to take him. I can't be around Jackson when he does it because it just makes me break.
Jackson's very different. Jackson's old, and I think he's really cute, but he's old and blind, and you know, he can't. It's a very different thing. Boss was in, pretty good health. He had been to the doctor, veterinarian. He's done all the things.
Yeah, because that's one of the things I asked when I had the surgery done for him. Quality of life. They said he's fine. He was fine.
And so, Liv, you gave him everything that you possibly could. And the pain that you're feeling now is because we don't get to have him anymore. You love him always. And there are things that you just, that we miss.
I miss him so much.
And I want to be very clear, it's not the same thing with Happy and Jackson. It's different. She's very, very different. And you can
annoying.
You can love them differently. It doesn't take
I'm
it away.
embarrassed by Happy. I don't know how to fucking deal with her. We're doing the training. We're doing our research. Everything we can. It's a nightmare to try to cut her nails.
To do what? Cut her nails?
Yeah.
Okay.
She jumps on everybody. She literally bowls me over. Like, she can knock me over. There's a little girl who lives where we live. She's 6 years old. She likes Happy, but she's scared of it,
Mm-hmm.
Happy can knock me down. And it's embarrassing. Like, she cries as soon as you walk away, right? Like,
You've had her behavioralist come and see her?
well, of course I haven't had training since she was a puppy.
Yeah,
I don't even know what a behavioralist would cost. I looked at one-on-one training, and it's hundreds of dollars an hour.
Yeah.
And
You have to be careful, it's like a doctor. You have to pick the one that works and not the one that uses, shock collars.
Yeah, we've been watching things on YouTube, right? And we finally find one that we think's good, and we're watching this thing, and we're like 20 minutes in, and then it's like, holy fuck, he's using a prong collar.
Oh, no.
They're illegal in this country, And I know it was my fault to begin with Happy, but we're walking her every single day. She walks me, let's face it, like, I'm in more pain than ever because of that.
She's a giant puppy.
She's a fucking giant puppy, alright? I thought she's gonna get bigger. I'm quite grateful she has it. She sleeps in the bed with me now, right? Just like Boss did. I have a single bed at the moment, so...
Boss was different. Boss was a big, giant goofball.
He was a barker.
Happy is young and doesn't yet know where her body ends and the world begins.
This is true. She just wants to play with everybody.
She's learning.
Like,
and
she
there are
doesn't
limits
bark.
to learning, and unfortunately, she has reached yours.
I feel guilty sometimes. Like,
For what?
keeping her.
Loving her?
Yeah. I've said to her on a few occasions, do I need to give her up? And he just said, I wouldn't leave you at this point.
I think that you love her. You just overwhelmed with, you are overwhelmed with lots of things. for you. She also is really good for you, Liv. She also pushes you to go out. She gives you a lot of playtime. And to be honest with you, as an adult woman in this world, playtime's a hard thing to find.
Yeah, true.
She makes you go outside and see the world and engage it and look at the grass and check the weather and move. And those things are really good for you.
Of where we're at?
No, not yet. So those are things that happy does do for you.
I know.
And it's hard because it's like you're learning to love again with also this empty hole from where boss was. But your heart it's not about replacement. It's a separate section of your heart and it just grows.
It's just more that I've just been feeling so much guilt.
But boss chose his time. And
I do believe that.
If you had known, it would be different. He would have had to choose a different time. But they tell us, and they sometimes,
I know.
it's what he had to do. And I'm grateful that boss was with you for so long. And I'm grateful that boss went when you, in a lot of ways, I'm really grateful boss went when you weren't there. I am.
He was still alive, so I'm grateful that I didn't have to go through what he went through, and that by the time I got to see him, he was just like he was. The vet literally kept him alive until I got there.
And I'm glad of that.
Oh, me too. It would have been 1,000 times worse if he died before I got home. But...
And I think also it would have been 1,000 times worse if you had to be the one to take him and to make those decisions and to deal with those things.
I know that.
So,
which is why I don't understand why it's breaking me, because I do truly believe that.
I think it's just we with grief like this, especially delayed grief like this, we go back to this period of time when things were a little bit easier. Like if you think about it, circa back then when you were living in that other house, before it burnt down, before the issues, before you had to move, before the stuff with Queensland, before everything else. And it was just you and boss sometimes. It was so easy.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't easy, I know that.
No,
like
but
you
it
had
was,
all this. And it takes us back to this period of time when things were like just a little bit easier. And when we're so overwhelmed with everything. We miss it. It's not just him that you're missing. You're missing this.
Yeah.
The ease of
and I'm going insane, having no space for myself. I just...
It's the wherever it is thing, how's that working?
We're still in a caravan at the moment.
When is the other thing happening?
They have a cabin there.
Mm-hmm. Disability friendly?
Yeah, disability friendly cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Which they've said that we can have.
Is there a but? No but?
No, it's just that where they want the cabins to go, it's kind of like if you imagine like this giant paddock. It's currently got a lot of trees and it's like a junk thing. Like whoever had the place before, like just imagine your road tit in the middle of a paddock, so to speak, and they're burning off stuff, right? So they have to clear all of that out, get rid of all the trees, yeah?
Shame for the environment.
Well, believe you me, they've got like there's like a set of woods. I call them woods on the property. Oh. Like we went for a walk at the 100% wrong time of the day. Very glad we took the torch that we had. We need to upgrade to a better torch because I was very sure that I was following along and I knew exactly where I was and that I could just turn around and go back the way we went. That is not what happened. Oh yeah, no, I got lost in the woods for a little bit and the sun was going further and further down. Thankfully Merv was able to find the tyre tracks to get us back, but like the property is so big you could get literally lost on it.
Oh.
Yeah. So you don't want to go out without a torch or phone and things like that. So you've got to be real careful.
Your phone has a compass. Just so you know.
Good to know.
Well,
thankfully we know where we are now.
Well now.
Yeah. But
So it's
so
got some
they're
work
gonna
to
be
happen
setting
before you
up. Yeah, so this guy's moved into the cottage. The guy that was in the cottage is gone, but there's a new guy in there. He's pretty cool. So we've gotten to know him, and he's doing a bunch of work around the cottage because it's not finished, right? There are like gaping holes throughout the entirety of it, and the people who own the place, you know, had planned to get it all done before renting it out. But this guy was basically desperate for somewhere to go and was like, I'll move in, even with it the way it is. So he's getting like for a third of the rent, so to speak, while he's working on it. But the best part is though, because this is like a heritage cottage that he's in, right? And Merv says it's an outhouse, so the laundry, bathroom, toilet, shower is in a separate building, right?
Yeah.
But he has a normal shower and a normal toilet, and a washing machine that has normal settings, because we've been using the main people's house's washing machine.
Yeah.
The shortest setting is
4
hours.
Yeah, I got one of those.
You've got one?
It's so ridiculous.
It's so insane. But getting to know him, I said to him, I said, honestly, I would give anything in the world for a shower that was hot all the way to the end of the shower, right? I was like, we now have hot water, but that doesn't mean it's hot all the way through. Like, I'm having showers in separate parts.
Because people are turning on taps?
No, because of the size of the gas hot water in the van.
Oh.
Yeah, believe you me, I didn't know this at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, thankfully the guy's like, go nuts. Like, because everything's connected, it makes no difference, right? And he's just like, use this one. And I was like, you don't lock it? He goes, no, I don't even shut the door. Right? He goes, just let me know. And so he's yeah, well, that's what he said. But he just said we can use it whenever. Merv's obviously over the moon because now we can use the toilet. And I went up and spoke to him yesterday again, and I was like, talking about the washing machine, he goes, use this one. He goes, 30 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, perfect. 4 hours? No. And we put clothes
like
in
the eco bullshit wash.
Honestly,
the economic wash for the environment is very appropriate.
But how is 4 hours more appropriate than 30 minutes?
I don't know how it actually thinks it's better for the environment, but that's what it does. But I don't really understand because then the electricity's on longer. I don't know. I'm not an electrician.
All I know is
Half an hour. Now you got a new t-shirt. Wow.
Well, we don't know what happened, but whatever wash we had, I put 3 different whites in, and one of them was a t-shirt, which I fucking loved to pieces.
Oh, loved with a D.
And it'd been washed with everything before. These 3 garments came out, and they are covered in stains, and neither of us have a clue what has caused it. They didn't have them when they went into the machine, and they had them when they came out, and I'm talking it's like someone has laid them down and poured coffee or something, like
almost do a washing machine clean, like do a clean with some vinegar or something.
Oh, well, that's what we thought, but
no,
we're just going to use the other one and deal with that, because dealing with him is, I don't know, easier in a way.
So half an hour in the thing, but your whites come out dirty.
Well, no.
Or 4 hours, but your whites come out white.
No, the 4 hour one is where the whites came out fucked.
Oh.
We haven't used the 30-minute one at all yet. We only just talked to him yesterday.
Oh.
So we're going to do it tomorrow. But Merv's done everything. He's soaked them in a bunch of nappy sand. He's done all the stuff. Nothing's working, so he's gotten bleach. But that's all good. I mean, it is what it is. I'm very happy to say, it's totally changing tracks, but I'm thinking of it because I used to wear this t-shirt with my pink shorts in Queensland, but I finally got my Uber Eats delivery stuff switched over so I can make some money, which we got.
Oh, can you do Uber Eats in the middle of nowhere where you live?
Yeah, we're only 30 minutes from Bendigo.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We can do it anywhere in the Victoria now that it's fixed though, which
You
is
just told them where you
fantastic.
live.
No, I don't live in Bendigo. I don't let them know where I live specifically.
I'm like,
No. No, I definitely haven't given away where I'm living, but Bendigo is the biggest place to it.
Around.
Yeah, exactly. On that, guys. Time to go.